there. Thanks for dropping in today here for another edition of Media Champions on Daily Ad Brief. I'm your host, Mary Therese Griffin, coming to you from Atlanta. Today, we're very excited to have on our program Max Av, who is with us. He is the CEO of Endless Value, and he's going to talk about all the cool things that are happening with his company in this world of media. Max, thanks for joining us on Media Champions.
Hello, Mary Therese. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I'm excited that you're here because you are going to shed some light on some of the best practices and the trends that are happening out there. Can we talk about that? And let's specifically talk about trends that are happening in this world of media right now, because they change so fast and they're going to be changing. Where do you see them going, say, in the next 2 years? What's going to be the big deal?
Yeah, so I do paid media for companies as a contractor for a company called Savage Media, and Endless Value is a marketing consultancy and advisory. But one thing I tell both clientele is that paid media, which I specialize in paid acquisition, it's going nowhere but up. It's going nowhere but up. I believe that in the last 12 months, let's just use Facebook as an example because everybody knows about it. The average cost of a Facebook ad went up by like 40% in the last 12 months. With inflation, this and that, it's going to go nowhere but up. So one thing I tell all clientele, no matter if it's my advisory or through other channels, is that if you don't have a lifetime value type of product, you are in for a rough time. So that is the first thing I say. So a lot of my clients, actually all of them wouldn't even be profitable unless they have an upsell or referral strategy. So in other words, let me just keep it simple. If you sell a $10 product, it's going to cost way more than $10 to sell that product with paid acquisition. But that's okay because most of my clients, what they do is they have a 3 to 6 month upsell strategy or a referral strategy or an affiliate strategy where they sell to the same customer more than once, or they rely on the old customer for new customers. So if you have an internet company, which is what I specialize in, and that internet company is designed, the business model is designed in a way where you sell to one person one time, that's not a good idea. That is not a good idea. You have to build your business model in a way where you get one customer and you can consistently give them endless value. You can give them value for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. If you have a customer and that customer isn't going to be upsold in the near future, or that customer is going to lead to more customers without paying for more ads, that is not a good idea. I do not recommend it. And that is the first thing I tell all my clientele. You got to have an upsell / referral strategy. You can't rely on selling one customer one time.
Let's talk about the importance of understanding who the audience is, because you might have a customer who says, hey, I want to spend money here because that's my, favorite whatever. And I'm assuming that someone like you, who's the subject matter expert, has to reel them in and explain why chasing the shiny objects like that is probably not the best idea, because you have to understand who your audience is. Otherwise, you might as well take that money and throw it up in the middle of the street.
So when you try to figure out who your audience is, let me reframe it this way. As a business, it's very optimal to find an audience that too many marketers and businesses, they try to find audiences, period, full stop. What you need to be doing is looking for relationships instead of audiences, right?
Bingo.
So the reason why I say relationships is because if your business model is optimizing for short-term audiences, then you're going to have a very, very hard time, especially if you're an internet company where everything is getting more expensive all across the board. What you need to be doing is to find audiences that you can build long-term relationships with. Too many people get caught up with easy money. They'll find an audience that they could cash in, get a bunch of purchases, get a bunch of vanity metrics. But guess what? 3 months from now, your profit margins are thinning because your audience isn't coming back to you. So just to answer your question directly, when you're a business, don't look for audiences, look for relationships, or, to be more practical, audiences that you can have a lifetime or a very long-term relationship with. So let me just, if I could just give you like a very practical example.
Sure.
So if you sell workout equipment, if somebody buys a workout equipment, that's something they buy once, and for the next 5 years, they're probably not going to need a new set of dumbbells. So what I tell fitness companies to do is start looking into selling them ebooks, start looking into selling them courses, fitness coaching programs, something of the sort. Because if you buy a dumbbell kit, they're going to buy it one time, but you need to figure out ways to give them endless sources of value. That's like a motto I like to give all my clients. You need to give endless value. Otherwise, with hyperinflation nowadays, right? With all these things going on, the duopoly system, costs are going nowhere but up, and the velocity and the acceleration of the cost is increasing. So things are getting expensive faster, right? And so in order to combat this, there's a very easy solution. You have to focus on lifetime relationships, lifetime audiences, and lifetime products. So if you sell fitness products, also sell fitness ebooks and fitness courses and fitness coaching, etc.
I have to tell you, Max, you have taught me about endless value, because I'm going to make endless value out of my relationship with you, because we have other shows that I think you would be fantastic on as well.
Very good.
For sure. I really appreciate your insight, Max, and I hope you'll come back on the program, and we'll dive deeper into this crazy world of media, because you definitely shed a lot of light on what it's like being able to tell the story correctly, and you hit the nail on the head, my friend. So thank you so much, Max, for being here with us today.
Thank you, man. Likewise.
We'll see you soon. If you want to know more about Max and you want to find out what you need in order to be able to tell that story and tell it correctly and tell it wisely and tell it where you're not throwing your money away, we can make that connect to Max for you. Go to dailyadbrief.com. Do come back for more Media Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Mary Therese in Atlanta. We'll see you then.